We fear snakes. We've made horror movies about them. But biologically, they are running laps around us. Welcome back to What If We Evolved. This week, the snake. Snakes have been on Earth for over 100 million years. They've survived every mass extinction, outlasted the dinosaurs, and done it all without arms, legs, or eyelids. Every system in a snake's body is built around one principle: do more with less. Of the roughly 3,900 snake species on Earth, only about 600 are venomous. A king cobra carries enough venom in a single bite to kill an elephant. It delivers that venom in under a second, faster than a human eye can track. And some have even developed a venom system unlike anything else in the animal kingdom. They also share a complete skin renewal process. This animal can shed its entire body like a used sock and walk away looking brand new and bigger. And a metabolism that can sustain life on almost nothing for over a year. Meanwhile, humans get irritable after 4 hours without a snack. Today we're looking at these three abilities, and what life would look like if we can do them too. Dangerous and a living pharmacy. Snake venom isn't simply poison. It is one of the most complex biological substances on Earth. A precisely engineered cocktail of proteins, enzymes, and peptides refined by millions of years of evolution to do very specific things to living tissue. There are 4 primary types. Neurotoxic venom attacks the nervous system, shutting down the signals that tell the body to breathe. Hemotoxic venom destroys the blood's ability to clot, causing the circulatory system to collapse from within. Cytotoxic venom breaks down cells and tissue at the site of delivery, liquefying everything it touches. And myotoxic venom targets muscle fiber directly, breaking it down at a cellular level. In most species, this venom is delivered through a bite, 2 hollow fangs piercing the skin and injecting the compound directly into the tissue. But the Mozambique-spitting cobra takes this a step further. It can project venom from its fangs with sniper-level accuracy, hitting a target's eyes from up to 2.5 meters away. And beyond the danger, scientists have spent decades extracting these compounds to produce some of the most important medicines ever developed: blood pressure drugs, anti-clotting agents, and cutting-edge treatments currently being investigated for cancer, Alzheimer's, and stroke. What if humans have this ability? For self-defense, imagine walking home alone at night and being approached by someone with bad intentions. A venom human doesn't need to reach for a phone, a weapon, or even close the distance. From across the street, the threat is over before it begins. No contact, no escalation, just biology doing what it was built to do. And for medicine, picture a doctor in a remote village with no access to a hospital, no pharmaceutical supply chain, and a patient in crisis. A venom human physician reaches into their own biology and produces the compound needed on the spot. No shipment, no pharmacy, no waiting. The medicine was always there. You'd hit reset on your body. Snakes shed their entire outer skin in a single process called ecdysis, replacing it completely, from the tip of the snout to the end of the tail, in one seamless, unbroken layer. The skin that emerges beneath is unblemished, undamaged, and completely renewed. Every scar, every wound, every parasite or pathogen clinging to the surface, gone in a single cycle. What makes this even more remarkable is that ecdysis isn't purely a surface event. The cellular renewal that drives it reaches into the deeper layers of tissue beneath, effectively resetting the biological age of the skin. It isn't a repair. It isn't a treatment. It is a complete system reboot, one the snake's body runs automatically on a schedule for its entire life. What if humans have this ability? For skin health, picture a burn survivor who spent years in recovery. Painful grafts, visible scarring, a daily reminder of what happened. For a snake human, that story ends differently. After the next shed cycle, the damage is simply gone. The skin that emerges is the skin they had before. No surgery, no scar to carry forward. And for aging, imagine looking in the mirror at 50 and seeing the skin you had at 30. Not because of a procedure or a product, but because your body just did what it was always designed to do. Renew, reset, start again, every single cycle. Your body would know how to wait. Some snake species can survive for over a year without a single meal, not through willpower or fat reserves alone, but through a process of active metabolic downregulation. When food disappears, the snake's body doesn't simply start burning reserves. It restructures, organ size reduces, heart rate drops, digestive systems scale back to a fraction of their normal activity. The metabolic rate of some species drops by up to 72%, and the body sustains itself in this reduced state for months, sometimes over a year, without permanent damage to organs or tissue. It is not starvation, it is a controlled, deliberate biological pause. What if humans have this ability? For survival, picture a hiker lost in a mountain range in the middle of winter. No food, no rescue signal, temperatures dropping. A normal human body begins breaking down within days. While a snake human's metabolism drops automatically, preserving organs, maintaining clarity, and keeping the body functional for weeks until rescue arrives. They don't fight the situation. Their body simply adjusts to it. And for a world where nearly 800 million people go to bed hungry every night, a snake-human population changes the entire equation. When food supply collapses, whether from drought, conflict, flooding, or failed harvests, a normal human body begins deteriorating within days. A snake human's metabolism drops automatically, extending the body's ability to sustain itself on drastically reduced food intake for weeks, potentially months, without the organ damage and cognitive decline that starvation causes. Famine stops being a death sentence. It becomes something the body can wait out. The snake has spent years being feared, hunted, and misunderstood. But underneath the mythology is one of the most efficient and most medically valuable biological systems on the planet. We built stories about snakes being evil, but here's what's actually true. The snake doesn't care. It's been too busy being extraordinary.